Good morning campers and welcome back to episode 2 of us hiking and wild camping the Cateran Trail. Don't worry if you haven't seen episode 1, it's on my channel. I'll leave a little link just above, but if you're watching on a TV, don't worry, you can just click back onto Drunk on Wanderlust and find it on there. Okay, so this is a beautiful morning. We had a lovely sleep. We wild camped just outside the Spittal of Glenshee. We showed you at the end of the last episode, but I'll quickly show you on the map right now. Boom, that's where we stayed. It was gorgeous. And today we're hoping to do probably about 10.5 miles, I'd say. And that times quite well because that means tomorrow the Glen Isla Hotel will be open and we can go in for some lunch. Yum, 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 yum. Because it's closed on a Monday and Tuesday, so bear that in mind. Anyway, the sun is kind of trying to come out. It's not raining and that's all I care about. And no midges, so we're doing well so far. Come on, let's get on it.
The month of May really is the perfect time for these Scottish trails. Mild temperatures and minimal midges. Plus, we always seem to get the trails to ourselves. This section is still in the Cairngorm National Park. We spent the morning admiring the scenery and taking it all in. The Cateran Trail was established in 1999 by its co-founder Bob Ellis and became fully accessible to the public in the year 2000. We could understand why it had become one of Scotland's great trails.
Right, first break of the day, snack time. What you having, Carrie?
I'm stuffing my face full of hobnobs. Woo!
Woo!
Feeling energised and motivated from our snack stop, we headed back on the trail. We would be passing a castle this afternoon, which would be interesting, and later in the day we would pass our first loch, where I was hoping we might find a camp spot for the night.
It's always good to know that you've got a choice. They've provided us with a diving board.
It's a viewing platform.
No rungs on the other side, but if you want to jump off.
Change my mind.
By now we were only a few miles short of being halfway through the trail, and all of us were impressed so far, although I do admit the northern sections I found most beautiful.
10 miles to go till Kirkton of Glen Isla. Not bad going, is it?
We were making perfectly good time. I was so glad we decided to pace ourselves and complete the trail in 6 days instead of 5. This way we could truly relax and take it all in. It also allowed us to adapt our mileage on some days to coincide with opening times for cafes and pubs.
Taking a little break. Steve's got too many layers on. He's being boiled alive like a little lobster. How many other hikers have we seen on this trail?
0.
How many days in are we?
Day 3 this.
Day 4.
Day 4.
Day 4 and we're the only hikers.
Yeah.
Loving it. Look at this. We've spotted some rare wildlife. It's a haggis. A live haggis.
Yeah, she's sleeping.
A word of warning, please be cautious around wild haggis. They have been known to attack and devour anything in their path.
Oh dear. Medic.
We followed the trail alongside Shea Water River and took another quick stop where the trail meets the ford. Again, some flat areas of grass if anyone fancied a wild camp at this point.
Well, we had a lovely little break by that ford there, that little river, and smacked my head on a tree. Good. Now we are heading up towards the castle, which is going to be nice and interesting, and hopefully find somewhere to have a nice little lunch break. Starving. Snacks. You can tell we're all hungry. We're discussing our favourite types of cake. Now my favourite cake, in case you care, you probably don't, but I'm going to tell you anyway, is a Black Forest Gatto, closely followed by cream apple turnovers and lemon drizzle. What is your favourite cake? It's getting us all hungry. I'm sure it's lunchtime soon.
We reached Downagla Castle, which we found out is now used as a holiday rental. It has 8 luxurious bedrooms and will set you back a mere £6,000 if anyone's interested. 6,000 over my budget, I'm afraid.
We're taking a little diversion because we saw a lovely Scotsman with a nice little dog. I say little dog, it was a big dog. And he said that there's a cafe open in Lair. So we all fancy a bit of cake. The guys fancy a coffee. So yeah, we've got plenty of time today. So I'll show you on the map where we're going.
To get to the cafe in the visitor centre in Lair, we would need to do a 2-mile round trip diversion. But it was totally worth it, especially as we hadn't passed anywhere since Kirkmichael. The visitor centre is open every day between 10 AM and 4 PM and has a small shop for gifts and supplies alongside a cafe serving hot and cold food.
Hello, I'm here in the visitor centre and I've just met Kevin.
Hello.
Taylor and Charlie, and they've been absolutely wonderful. We've had a lovely lunch here. Recommend it. Just a tiny little detour off the trail, but totally worth doing.
After a wonderful lunch, we made it back onto the trail and a section along the road.
Well, we're still on the road. Still got a little bit more road walking to do before we get to the Loch. And then I think a little bit after the Loch we go onto a footpath. But it's been okay. I mean, the scenery is so nice either side. There's so much to look at that it's not too much of a pain in the ass. It's just a bit hard going underfoot. But we're hardcore, we're used to it.
You follow along this road for around 3 miles, but we didn't mind. It allowed us to make up some time after taking our unexpected lunch stop diversion. Then we passed Falter Castle, a magnificent 450-year-old construction that is also available to rent, if anyone is interested.
It was beautiful sunshine. We all stopped for a little break. Steve just took off all of his waterproofs. It's starting to rain again. Quick, Steve, quick! Get it on! Do it up! Quicker! It's really coming down.
Yep, you guessed it. The clothes went back on and the sun came back out. It was becoming quite the fun game. Scotland's famed right to roam wasn't introduced until the Land Reform Act of 2003, so it took the approval of 43 local landowners when the Cateran Trail project was first introduced as a trail for the public.
Well, look at this. This is bloody lovely. Look, lovely views. Very nice.
Another gorgeous section heading back up onto the moors. The Cateran Trail definitely exceeded our expectations.
Look what we found! Another hiker doing the Cateran Trail. He's
Hello.
Also from the Czech Republic. What's your name?
Miroslav, hello.
And how many days have you been doing this so far?
Yeah, this is my day number 3. I'll probably do a 5. I'll want to take it easy.
So he's going faster than we are. But it's me and Steve slowing him down, that's why. And where are you aiming to get to today? You're not sure either, are you? Just going to keep going?
Yeah, I believe maybe a few more miles.
A few more miles.
Yeah,
Are you-
and just stay when I'm tired.
Are you enjoying it?
It's great.
It's great.
Thank you.
We turned the corner and the Loch came into view. We couldn't resist pitching up, even if we still had the energy to do a few more miles.
Well, the views have been fabulous. I mean, just every direction, the change of scenery all the time. You got moorland, you got forest. And we've been really lucky with the weather, and that helps with the views as well, because we haven't had restricted visibility. Really enjoying it. I highly recommend it to anybody that wants to come along and have a go.
So we've lost one tonight. We've lost Steve Black. He's gone off to get a hotel.
Oh, he was missing such a nice camp spot.
Silly sausage, he's a silly sausage. We've got some sherry and we're having a lovely time. I'm on a rock by the loch with a cock.
Right, no more sherry for me.
Good morning. Here we are, another glorious day on the trail, on the Cateran Trail, and it is now day, boom, 5. Another sunny morning. We are so impressed with the weather at the minute. It's just been kind of intermittent showers, but before we came, the forecast had said it was going to chuck it down all day, every day. So every little bit of sunshine is a bonus to us. We're really enjoying this. We're just by the Loch here. We've got 4 miles to go to get to Glenshee Hotel. That's where Steve Black stayed last night. So we're going to meet him there, probably have a little bit of food and maybe a drink or two, and then plod on. We don't exactly know where we're going to end today. We're just kind of winging it. We're going to make it up as we go along. We know we're probably not going to finish till Friday, but that's absolutely fine. We're enjoying it. Yeah, so we'll just see what today brings. Let's go. Still filming. How are you, Steve?
I am great. How are you, Carrie?
Happy to be alive?
I'm happy to be alive. I am alive, yes.
Every day's a gift for you, isn't it?
I can count them on my fingers.
Are you joking? Back on the trail. Let's do it.
Now, this was just one of many hiking trails I've done with my officially Smashed It hiking club. If you would like to join us on a hike, you can find details on a designated page on my website, officiallysmashedit.com. I organise hikes for all ages and abilities, ranging from day hikes to multi-day trails, and even hiking and trekking trips abroad. So check it out and get involved.
We've just had a lovely little snack stop. Snacks. Had a nice little hobnob. Quite partial to a good hobnob these days. We're on a section that I'm imagining could get quite boggy, but the hiking trail gods are once again smiling upon us, and we had a dry night and we haven't encountered any boggy sections just yet. Touch wood. Yeah, so weather's dry, plodding on to Loch Chandra, I think that's how you say it. That's our next little stop, and we'll catch you up there.
2 miles left to get to Glenshee Hotel, but there was no rush. This morning had been lovely.
It's a 2-man gate.
Bit of a heavy one, isn't it?
And there it was, the second loch we'd come to on this trail.
We're here just by the very end of Loch Chandra, and there is a delightful little wild camping spot for anybody that fancies pitching at this point. Yeah, nice and flat. It's even got a picnic bench as well, and a lovely view of the loch. Only downside is it could get a little bit midgy if it's a calm night, but down to you guys to decide whether or not you fancy it.
I'd mentioned in the first video that this week I'd be flying out to the French Alps with my hiking club to attempt another epic trail, the Tour de Beaufortin. Now, I'll be leaving to get to Gatwick a few hours after this video goes live, so there might be a bit of a delay for me to reply to any comments you post, but please don't let that put you off. I love hearing from you all. Let me know what adventures you're getting up to this year. We arrived into Kirkton of Glenisle, where we found the hotel and also a small campsite opposite, which we found out charges £10 a night. The hotel itself was run by some of the friendliest staff we'd met, and we couldn't wait to get inside and grab a beverage.
So, just so you know, 11 o'clock the hotel opens for coffees, cakes, cheeky Guinness. 12 o'clock is when you can get the lunch menu. They don't do dinner menu until dinner time, but they've still got sandwiches and soups and all sorts like that. So we're going to stick around, have some lunch, and then mosey on. Officially smashed it! Back on the road, just had a lovely lunch. Roast beef and mustard sandwiches. It was so big, I could only eat half though, so I've got the other half to take away, which is a godsend. And yeah, now on the road towards Ailith. We'll see where we end up.
Lovely campsite here.
Easy, Steve. Didn't think you'd be so eager to be resting there just yet. Coming out of the town, you cross an incredibly wobbly bridge. Of course, renegade Steve had to see if he could shake himself right off it. We then came to another pretty moorland section with fabulous views of the countryside. Let's investigate what's in Steve's ear.
There's another really good option for wild camping at the top of the hill as you come out of Glenisle. So once you get to the top, there's like a little wooded area. I'll show you on the map and I'll show you a little video. But yeah, perfect, you can fit loads of tents.
Now, considering we thought we might struggle finding places to pitch on this trail, we had realised there was loads of great wild camping opportunities. If you're planning on trying this route yourself, it's handy to pause the video and make note of some of these camping options on your map, just in case you need some ideas or inspiration when you're out on the trail.
Terry, could you just check, see if I got rid of my sunscreen?
War paint successfully applied.
Happy days.
Yeah, you enjoying yourself?
I am. It's lovely today.
Enjoying the views?
Views are fantastic.
Let's have a look. Oh, cool. Look at that.
Are you enjoying it?
Yeah. Living the dream.
Hold it.
Take two. Okay. I just filmed a big section and I hadn't actually pressed record on my phone, so there you go. We're doing another one. I just was saying that we just had a lovely little break. We've got a lot of time on our hands today and glorious weather, so we're taking lots of little stops. I think we're going to potter on for another couple of miles and see if we can find a camp spot.
No luck just yet, as we just joined another road section.
I think that the first campsite area that we find we better take because it's not looking very good.
You've still got sun cream on your nose.
Oh, well, it's there to protect me. Is it?
Stay in there now.
Is it? Yeah.
It's just a little dot right on the end of your nose.
Right, what, just there. Is that better? No.
Yeah, no, still there.
How about that?
Yeah, that's good enough.
Are you sure it's sun cream and not something else, some kind of fungus or something growing?
Oh God, with you it could be anything, couldn't it? Growing mushrooms out of his ears also.
Just our luck. Loads of wild camping spots this morning, but right now we were struggling. I checked the map and noticed a potential camping area up the hill and close to a water source. It was only a mile away, but I suddenly was zapped of all energy.
You'd think you'd notice if you'd forgotten one of your shoes, but obviously not, because here is a lone shoe. Has anybody lost it? Yeah, there you go. Inquire within. I'll give you the coordinates. We found a place to pitch, but we're just gonna give it a minute because we're knackered. we just need a few minutes.
I think I needed a very early night.
Celebrate your hiking achievements with Officially Smashed It's sustainable non-plastic souvenirs. We hand make these beautiful collectible medals for any hiking trail or mountain. Each medal has a magnet on the reverse and a detachable branded ribbon. We also donate money from each sale towards planting new trees with the organisation Just One Tree. These medals are perfect as a gift and we'll even personalise them on request.
We're also excited to announce that you can now find our products in selected retailers along with our online stores.
Good morning, party people. It is day 6 on the Cateran Trail and it is raining a lot. It rained through the night, it rained in the morning, it's going to rain until probably about 11 or 12 o'clock, quite heavy as well. And I don't want to get out of my tent, but I need to. I also had Steve, this side of me, snoring away like a train. Dom, this side of me, talking in his sleep. So there was minimum sleep last night. But it doesn't matter. It wouldn't be Scotland if there wasn't rain. So I'm going to put on my big girl pants, get my ass up and get cracking. We're about 3.5 miles out of Ailith. So once we get there, we can get in somewhere into a calf or something, dry off. Wait it out for a little bit and then, yeah, crack on for a bit. We're not too far from the end now. Happy days. Let's do it. Do 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 do. We're singing in the rain. Another glorious morning on the trail. Wet and wild, but at least we're doing some path walking on a road, so it's not too bad right now.
Two miles to Ailith. I was hoping they'd go quickly because I was moist. I'd made the silly mistake of forgetting to re-waterproof my raincoat after washing it, and the rain was coming straight through. I better get the knickknacks out before my next trip.
Right, well we just passed a lot of gauze bushes. We didn't have the beautiful views that we had earlier in the trail, but it was a nice path, and despite the rain, I think we all enjoyed it.
Can anybody tell me what mushrooms these are? Answers in the comments please. We passed the Lands of Loyal Hotel and plodded onwards into town like drowned rats.
We're in the calf in Ailith, having a nice breakfast gap in a minute.
Oh, we accidentally fell into the pub again.
We like to drink with Steve because Steve is our mate, and when we drink with Steve he downs his drink in 8, 7.
After an hour or so, the rain subsided and we left the pub feeling a little more relaxed and merry.
So there's two choices of how to finish this trail. You can take the alternative route, which is much shorter, or you can take the original route, which is longer. But as we're glutton for punishment, we want to do the full route so we can say we've done it. regardless of the weather.
So there's an option of taking a road straight from Ailith back to Blairgowrie for those short on time, or if you didn't want to retrace your steps.
There's something going wrong with these signs. Down in the town it said 9 miles to Bridgecally. This one's saying 10 miles. Whoever did these needs firing. Seriously.
Another steady climb out of town up onto the hill of Ailith.
I thought that was the end of the uphill. Turn the corner and there's more uphill. It's a killer coming out of Ailith, I tell you. Whew.
Finally, we reached the top before heading down the other side towards Banff.
We are having a lovely little break, snacks. Just had a little Snickers. It was needed. I think we've got roughly around 3.5 more miles today maybe to do before we start looking for a camp spot. Just where I'm sat right now, potentially you could get a tent in there if you wanted to. Nice bit of flat ground just opposite. I'll spin you around. It's just in between where the boys were sat.
The Banff Estate is an eco-estate located on the edge of the Highlands, well known for its beaver project and abundant wildlife. Upon entering, we quickly noticed the beavers' handiwork.
Oh, we've just realised we're in the beaver place. And I think that's the beaver dam over there. Let me spin you around. Let's have a look. Exciting.
The beavers were introduced to the estate in 2002 and have transformed the landscape, creating new wetlands through the creation of dams and restoring biodiversity in the woodland. The estate is funded through a combination of ecotourism, such as holiday lets and beaver tours, as well as traditional farming practices.
Oh, look, an honesty shop. Here we go.
Well, that's a good.
Oh, how wonderful. Coffee and everything. You just leave the cash.
The estate has plans to develop a new wildland area. This will replace existing grazing with extensive grazing, using a diversity of herbivores, cattle, ponies and pigs, with no fences to allow free movement.
There's some lovely spots for wild camping in these woods. A little bit close to Iggle Piggle. So if you wouldn't mind him kind of sniffing around your tent all night, go for it.
Or in your tent.
But I wouldn't recommend it.
We then realised we were still on the outskirts of the estate, so best not to wild camp there. We continued onwards, as on the GPS we'd seen a large area of woodland a few miles on.
Goggles are back on. It's a bit windy. We've now got an 89 metre climb upwards on this road, and hopefully we might be able to get into the woods there for a wild camp.
One thing we needed was water before we entered the woods. There was a reservoir opposite, but decided to use the hose filling this cow trough instead, as the water would be fresher. We easily found a large flat grassy area to pitch, a perfect spot for our last night camping on the trail.
What are you doing, Steve?
Filtering water. Nice spring water that we managed to get out of a horse trough or cow trough.
Cow trough.
Yeah.
By evening we were so tired even filming went out the window. I think we were a bit delirious.
It's our last night camping. We're very sad, but it's nice to see you. I've got the giggles now. It's our last night camping. Aren't we sad?
No.
It's our last night camping.
That's not being said.
It's our last night camping.
Very sad.
It's our last night camping.
Yes, crying.
Crying, it's emotion, isn't it?
Yeah.
A very good morning, everybody. Here we are in the forest. It is now day 7 on the Cateran Trail. Well, technically 6.5 because we didn't start until 5 o'clock at night on the Saturday, on the first day. But anyway, this is our last day. Very emotional times. We should be getting back to the car probably around dinner time tonight. I think we've got about 10 miles left to do. Could be wrong. I'll let you know a little bit later on. But yeah, we had a lovely last night's camp in the woods. We've been after a woodland camp all week and we finally got one, which was nice. A little bit of a drizzle this morning, but I think it's going to be all right. Excited to see what the last day has in store.
Last morning setting down camp. I have to admit, I was a bit sad, but extremely excited at the prospect of a nice hot shower. 3 miles to go to get to Bridge of Cally. We would have then completed the main loop and just need to retrace our steps back to the car park in Blairgowrie.
Found a little patch in the trees. You could definitely get some tents on here easily. There's patches of flat grass. I'll mark it on the map just in case anybody was looking for a cheeky camp a few miles out of Bridge of Cally. Steve is stuck in the gate. Perfect, look at that. Teamwork makes the dream work.
Even on this final section, there were some lovely views of the landscape, and you guessed it, not another hiker in sight. I can't recommend this trail enough. It's really enjoyable for all abilities, perfect even for beginners. The whole route had been so well waymarked with plenty of food stops, wild camping opportunities and accommodation if you prefer not to camp. I'm always trying to improve my trail videos, so if you have any ideas of things that might be useful for me to add into future ones, I'd love to hear about it. Drop me a comment. And please don't forget to give this video a like if you found it useful when planning your trail.
So we've reached the Bridge of Cally Hotel, hoping to get a coffee or something, but they are closed. Well, they're not closed, but they're closed to hikers. They're only serving to residents, which is a bit of a shame. So we're going to go and see if there's anything in the little shop before we crack on a little bit more. But we've done well, we've done the full circle now, and it's just getting back to Blairgowrie. Almost done it, almost smashed it. So you've just popped into the post office here, haven't you? What did they say?
It's closing tomorrow for good.
Right, so unfortunately, if you are due to do the Cateran Trail after tomorrow, the post office will no longer be there.
There's not much stuff in there anyway. So.
All right. Well, here we go. We've got a 100-metre or so climb coming out of the Bridge of Cally. Just had a nice little snack bar, snacks. Get myself prepared and ready for another climb. I think this is the last big climb of the day. There's one more little one coming up. Yeah, well, exciting times. It's coming towards the end now, not too much further.
Time to retrace the route we covered on day 1, back to the finish line. I didn't film this section again, as needed to save my phone battery.
Here we go.
Here we go.
Final stretch. Making our way back into the town. Gonna head to Wetherspoons for a celebratory drink. Woo!
Mixed emotions as always. We were gutted to be leaving this beautiful place, but also ready for a nice pint and a sleep in our own beds. A huge thank you for watching, and please subscribe and join us on the next one.
Well, here we are in Wetherspoons, where it all started. We have officially smashed the Cateran Trail. Cheers, everyone!
Cheers.
Woo, smashed it!